You have got to see this. This is the view of a total solar eclipse as seen by the NASA Artemis II crew as they slingshot around the moon.
This is continues to be unreal. The sun has gone behind the moon, and the corona is still visible, and it's bright, and it creates a halo almost around the entire moon. But when you get to the Earth side, the Earth shine is already shown. I mean, almost seconds after the sun set behind the moon, you could see Earth shine. The Earth is so bright out there, and the moon is just hanging in front of us. This black orb out in front of us, in front of now, not the blackness, but the gray that blends and drifts into the blackness. We can see stars and the planets behind it. And
I want to bring in former NASA astronaut Terry Hart. Terry is also a professor at Lehigh University and the director of our aerospace engineering program. Terry, thanks so much for joining us. I love hearing the astronauts describe what they're seeing. Let's talk about what's happening now and the solar eclipse that they are experiencing.
It's really something, isn't it, Juliet? I mean, these are things that no one's ever seen before. The Apollo missions were much closer in their orbits around the moon, so they weren't quite high enough to see what this crew is seeing. And there's actually dust that gets kicked up when a meteor hits the moon. It can kick up dust at such a velocity that it actually goes into orbit around the moon. So the scientists are very interested in seeing what the composition of that dust is by looking at the spectrum and so forth. So it's something that's never been seen before.
Yeah, and understand that the April 1st was such a critical time to launch because they could then, in fact, see the solar eclipse. So the timing was so spectacular in its own right. How do the astronauts determine what are high priority targets, that is, that could warrant a closer look?
Well, as they go around the moon, they on the far side particularly, they can see things that haven't been seen before. And of course, the scientists are very interested. The far side of the moon gets impacted quite a bit more than the near side because the Earth kind of protects the near side. So there's a lot going on over there kinetically that's of interest to the scientists. So the astronauts, as they were coming around before they lost signal behind the moon, they were giving a lot of descriptions of a very bright phenomenon where meteors had hit the backside of the moon there. And they were describing those as well as they could. And of course, they were taking a lot of photographs
yes,
as they went around the dark side as well.
Tens of thousands of photographs on top of doing great communication with us here back on Earth. They're really showing their vision through their photos and then also how they're describing it to us. So that's kind of their main job, is really what they're witnessing firsthand and then also taking photos as well, correct?
That's right. And the real science is going to come in the following missions. Once we have a laboratory on the South Pole, that's going to be really spectacular for people to live there the year around, just like we live on the South Pole of the Earth. There's scientists there all the time, doing their studies. We'll do the same thing on the moon. It's going to be very exciting.
What's this like for you, witnessing this?
I'm jealous. I wish I were there. It's any astronaut gets so excited when we see a launch, and you realize the astronauts are the tip of a very big pyramid, and there's so many people that work so hard to make these missions a success, and we're just so proud to be the ones that get the chance to go and make it happen. It's a real responsibility and a real honor, for astronauts to participate in these missions.
Yeah, it's a healthy jealousy. Terry, let's take a live look right now because I'm being told that we're seeing a snapshot right now live. If you can see, are you able to see the visualization as well?
Yeah, that's a rendering. Okay, now we might be live now.
Okay, there we go. And if you see in the upper left-hand corner, do you see the bright light there? We're told by the astronauts who just communicated down to Earth that is Venus.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, Venus is very bright and it's kind of blue, so it tends to stand out among the stars. You can tell it's obviously not a star. That's great.
Yeah, so we're just seeing it in real time as you are as well. So fascinating. Terry Hart, Terry, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll certainly circle back with you another time on this amazing mission.
It'd be my pleasure, Julie, at any time.
Right.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.